go real far. Back to the NBA now. The Raptors are now just one win away from their first title in franchise history. They were stoic after beating the Warriors 105-92 in Game 4 Friday night. What do we mean by stoic? Let's let Kawhi Leonard explain.
We're focused. We know that it doesn't mean anything until someone has 4 wins. You never know what could happen, and you gotta take advantage of it, and don't get overly hyped and excited. Still a great basketball team on the other side, and I think that was our mindset. We had a goal going out there, and we accomplished it, and now we have to do it in possible 3 games. Got to win 1.
Okay, maybe it's just me. He actually looks depressed at that press conference. I'll take that laugh over the stoicism any day. See, how have the Raptors neutralized the Warriors in the NBA Finals?
Well, they've done it a number of different ways. I think that, and I'm not ashamed to say it, we missed out a lot on the Raptors. When the Eastern Conference, if I could give you 3 storylines to let you know there's going to be a team in the finals going against the Warriors. They're going to be up on the Warriors 3-1. I'm going to give you 3 teams from the East. And let me tell you where we're going to start. Oh, Giannis, this is his year with Milwaukee. They have a great regular season, 60 wins. And your next pick's going to be, man, Philadelphia, the talent that they have. Man, it's going to be hard. If one team has made it this way, Joel Embiid, if it's been led by one player, Joel Embiid has put this team on his back. And your next one, I think the Celtics are going to be involved in the conversation. There were more people picking the Celtics and those other teams than there were Toronto Raptors. So the rest of the world can join me in what we missed on the Raptors. We missed how good they would be as far as defensively in the playoffs. We missed as far as Marc Gasol when they acquired him, that they would be the best 3-point shooting team since the time they were acquired. We totally missed that. And once we got into the finals, we missed that they would have the best player on the court in Kawhi Leonard. And all those things that I'm not ashamed to say, we missed it. But it's led to one of the great stories we have in the NBA Finals as far as Toronto Raptors and what they've been able to accomplish. Their coach, who is no experience compared to, you talking about a mismatch, a tale of the tape. But he has made the type of adjustments that not only have them the lead in this series, but turned around the Milwaukee series when he put Kawhi on Giannis after being down 0-2. And this is the team, the only team that's they've been down every series. First series, Orlando, they're down. Second series, Philadelphia, they getting ready to get moved on. Philadelphia could go up 3-1 on them. Kawhi hits the buzzer beater game number 7. We know they were down 0-2, and in this one, they were 1-1. It's an amazing run that they've been on, and it's just okay for people to say it, because I missed it. And Kawhi's my guy, and I've been watching Kawhi all year. I didn't know if he was going to be able to peak Kawhi, like he had said, that these 82 games are just practice, and I'm going to be ready for the playoffs. He's been sensational, and I missed it. I missed it.
Well, and listen, you might have missed it during the regular season, but you picked up on it earlier once the playoffs started than just about anybody, certainly earlier than I did. And the point you're making about how the series have started for them and then how they've unfolded, that to me is the biggest testament to what Nick Nurse has done. Nick Nurse, couple games into Orlando, once the series goes on the road, okay, we're down or we're even 1 apiece. Not going to lose again. We have made some adjustments. Against Philly, down 2-1. Make some adjustments, win 3 of 4. Against Milwaukee, down 0-2 and look dead. Because they didn't, game 1 was close in that series. Game 2, they got blown out. Milwaukee had won 10 of 11, looked like a juggernaut. Don't lose again. Against Golden State, tied 1 apiece. Then go to Golden State's building and crush them in what could be the last 2 games ever at Oracle. Yes, the players get a ton of credit for everything they've done, but the coaching adjustments once you're within a series have 96 minutes or so to play each other and say, oh, this is the adjustment I need to make. This is the change I need to make. And now that we have the benefit of looking at it through the lens of the last 2 months, I thought Mike Adams pointed this out on Twitter, and I hadn't thought about this. Think about who they've gone through. First round of the playoffs, if you're a really good team, you're not going to play a really good team. But Orlando did have the best record in the conference.
Surprised a lot of people.
Over the final third of the season.
Yep.
Final 28 games, best record in the conference. The next round, a team that had 2 All-Stars, then acquired another All-Star at the deadline, or early in the season, and acquired another fringe All-Star at the deadline. That's who they beat. Milwaukee, the team with the MVP and the best record, and the only team in the league that's going to have home court over Toronto. They go through them, and now Golden State, the 2-time defending champions. Like, this path has been very similar to the one Dirk and the Mavs, another team that snuck up on people, by the way, took in 2011, where it's just, you go through KD and Russ, you go through Kobe, you go through LeBron and the Heat, where it's just great team after great team that you dispatch of. And much like that Mavs team, we probably will not give them full credit until it's over. And honestly, if and when they win the series tonight, a lot of the commentary will be about the team that lost, like it was for those 2011 Mavs, rather than the team that potentially is going to win a championship.
I think the reason a lot of people were down on the Raptors in this series, we talked about it, was experience. One team has all the experience, and one team had none of the experience. But after Game 4, one team looked like they were locked in, they were focused. We talked about them being stoic, but they were really committed, and they were all on the same page. And the other team looked like they had sort of given up, the team that had been there and done that already. Talk about the difference in approach to the actual game. I don't think a lot of us thought we would see that from the Raptors as much as we would from the
Well, this
Warriors.
is the thing. If you analyze the game based on the results, I think you're really doing a disservice. You have to... This is a better basketball team than we anticipated, and they forced the Warriors into playing the way they did. They dismantled their front court. From the center and the forwards, they have dominated the basketball game, and they don't have an answer for Kawhi Leonard. Clay can't guard him. Draymond can't guard him. So Kawhi's ability to be an elite scorer on the offensive end going with their defense. We saw in game number 4, they scored 92 points. This is the first time the Warriors didn't score 100 points in the playoffs, and they only did it 5 times this year. But guess who did it to them twice? The Toronto Raptors have done it to them. So there are a number of things that they have done from the centers where we thought, we had people come on the show to say, oh, Gasol, he'll be unplayable in this. Oh, really? Well, Serge Ibaka, what's he going to show up? They've been a tremendous advantage. So they're not running pick and roll. Now they're running pick, and instead of popping, they're going right down the middle and taking the heart out of the defense right from the free throw line, which is a Nick Nurse adjustment. So, man, this has really been a tremendous series. And you have to give more credit to Toronto and what they forced Golden State. With all that 100 games of playoff experience, it doesn't matter if I'm better than you. If I keep making adjustments, which Nick Nurse has, and they have the best player on the court in Kawhi.
And Jenna, to your point, what we saw in Game 4 reminded me of something Vincent Goodwill says you see sometimes in playoff series, and we've never seen it from Golden State. And I'll be honest, even if they were to lose this series, I never thought we would see it from Golden State, which is you felt it, that Golden State is realizing, oh, they're just better than us. Like, that's what happened in the 3rd and 4th quarter of Game 4 when they started taking hope shots. When they rush up the court, take a push, take a 3. Rush up the court, take a bad shot, because it's like, man, we're gonna need some luck, some good bounces to get back in this. Golden State, when the Rockets were up 3-2, when the Cavs came back to win, they never thought any of those teams were better than them. You almost felt, to me, watching that game, a sense of resignation from the Warriors.
Right.
Like, what?
That's
what
the
answer do we
word.
have? We played a great first half, and we're up 4. Yeah. We had all this crowd, all this energy, and we go into the halftime up 2 possessions. It seemed like they were like, man, I don't know what the answer is.
At some point, we got to stop being surprised. We played 4 games. They played 16 quarters. The Toronto Raptors have outscored them 13 quarters.
Wow.
All right? We went over last week. It was 10-12. Oh, they won the first quarter, and Toronto shot the ball awful, was able to recover to win the next 3. 13
of 16.
I mean, it's amazing. It's been dominant.
All right, let's take a break there. Coming up, so will the Warriors dynasty end tonight? We'll talk about that next on First Things First.